What's up, YouTube? This is the After Dark podcast. We're actually quite literally in the dark right now.
It's very dark.
Yeah, we're in the
here.
dark right now. And we have our special guest, Ian, here.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I know it's special.
And
never before seen on ZeroHp. Ian.
never before seen
Welcome.
on Zero.
Welcome.
Don't know about that.
But
Been
yeah.
here before.
But yeah, we're just doing After Dark podcast. This is going to be Marvel themed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
'Cause,
Marvel movies.
Yeah, Marvel movies in general. And,
MCU.
And Ian just went to go see Spider-Man. We'll talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah, Spider-Man,
He
and
really
I've
enjoyed
watched
it.
through recently.
Watched through
all
of the
because I missed a ton of them.
Right. Yeah. So you watched them all. So that's good. And yeah. So let's just go ahead and get this podcast started here. I wanted to go ahead and begin with the random
The
question.
usual random
The
question.
usual.
Cool.
And the question is, what is your favorite holiday?
Ooh.
What is your favorite holiday?
Are the answers going to surprise us or not?
Who wants to go?
I can go first.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Kevin.
All right. My favorite holiday is Halloween.
Cool.
I freaking love Halloween, right? It's like, for me, it's like the event that's saying, oh, we're going to start getting cooler, like weather here in Arizona, Phoenix,
Sure.
Arizona. And I just love the theme, the dark, kind of like not normal, like, theme. I know it can get a little scary because, crazy people are out
Well,
there.
sure.
But in general, I love the general idea of Halloween, just like really kind of, it generated
Halloween's fucking awesome.
yeah, it generated from like a pagan holiday and all that stuff, and like it's just so weird to like dress up in like monsters and ghouls and stuff and go to people's houses and ask for candy.
Yeah.
I
It
think
is
that's
really weird.
I think it's the most like obscure,
Yeah.
like really
Well, it
ridiculous
has
concept.
Really interesting origins.
Yeah,
to-
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
you
it's
know?
just so like they all deal with the spirits and the undead.
Yeah,
undead
it's like
and all
this
that.
weird like mashup of like you
Yeah.
have like the Mexican holiday,
Yeah.
De los Muertos,
Yeah.
Dia de los Muertos, and then you've got like it's like some of the trick or treating and the dressing up and stuff is like Celtic, Gaelic, old religion, like pagan religions that used to do that because they thought they needed to dress up to hide
hide from the
themselves from
spirits.
ancestor spirits, and it's just
Yeah.
all of it. It's weird how like old shit
That
like
transcended
that
to,
has
like-
formed into this
Yeah.
giant commercialized candy advertisement.
But yeah, no, it's awesome. I
I
feel
love
like
it too.
It's one of my favorites. And
I love watching
it-
like try and finding good scary movies. And, like,
Yeah.
watching them.
Tradition for me every Halloween is to watch Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, cool.
Every year, it's just. I don't know. I guess that's another reason why I'm like, oh, Halloween's coming. I get to see Nightmare Before Christmas, So, but yeah, that's mine. How about you guys? Who wants to go next?
Ian, you want me to go?
Yeah.
My favorite holiday would probably be Thanksgiving.
Oh.
It's one of the few holidays that doesn't cause me like overbearing stress. like
First.
with Christmas and stuff like that. Like I'm like,
Oh yeah, we gotta gift
fuck,
list.
what do I have to buy and how
Yeah.
much money am I gonna lose?
Right.
And blah, blah,
How
blah.
much money? Oh my god!
It's never like I can't wait to get presents. Like I don't
Yeah.
care about that.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is always like, okay, I get to see my family. We're all gonna pretend like we like each other for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
We're gonna eat really good food.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to make some green bean casserole because it's all I can cook.
Yeah.
And, like we're just gonna hang out. I'm not a big turkey guy. I do
Yeah.
like a good ham though.
Oh,
and
yeah.
my dad whips up a pretty good ham.
Nice.
So I mean, we always just get together. I just fucking murder some sweet potatoes. That's my shit, dude. And just hang out. I don't know. Do you guys have any good backgrounds with Thanksgiving?
Dude,
Any good-
I love Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch my
man.
answer now because that was my answer,
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
and I had two in mind.
Yeah, so I love Thanksgiving.
I
Dude,
love
food.
Thanksgiving.
Food is so
yeah,
important.
yeah, man.
Food and football
Yeah.
for me.
Oh yeah,
Right.
food and football. That's
and
right.
it's a football game usually
Yeah,
that I'm not invested in to the point
Yeah.
where it's like, oh my god, if the Seahawks are playing,
yeah.
that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
Then I'm stressed the fuck out.
Right,
I
yeah.
don't enjoy it. And then if you lose, the whole night's ruined.
Yeah.
But when it's just like fucking like Detroit and Green Bay or whatever,
Yeah.
I'm just like I have giant bowl of homemade Chex Mix.
Dude,
Fuck yeah, dude.
And
I
just
was
watch
just gonna say
football.
that. I was like, your mom's Chex Mix, and like she does the sweet potatoes or the yams inside the orange peel.
Yeah, she
Oh,
hollows
so-
out an orange.
I was like, those are some of my favorite memories. Just like
Yeah.
while, sitting there napping while you watch football,
Yeah,
and like
you fall
eat Chex-
asleep.
Yeah,
I'd
no.
sit there and,
You
and
fall
watch
asleep.
football and comment on like how I would have done all the play calling differently, just like a fat old American man fucking does. Not helping with dinner at all. Just like I'm watching watching football.
Yeah.
While Alyssa does all the fucking work.
Right?
You want me to do what?
Yeah, but Thanksgiving probably is my favorite holiday.
Yeah.
The other one, I mean, Christmas is great for a lot of reasons. Like, it is really stressful. That's the reason. It's stressful as an adult.
Yeah.
If you asked me a few years ago, it's the greatest fucking holiday in the world.
Right. No, I
like,
get you.
just the nostalgia with the music and the lights and the colors.
Oh, yeah.
And for me, it's actually snowy and wintry.
I know, right?
It actually works.
Yeah.
Phoenix
it actually happens.
Phoenix has ruined Christmas. And it's also ruined the other one that I'm going to pick now, which is July 4th. And I don't really care about fireworks.
Yeah.
And I don't do anything for July 4th here because you can't go outside.
Yeah.
But back home in Washington, it's like 90 degrees, maybe.
Yeah.
It's perfect outside. You go down to the river. You always know someone with a boat.
Yeah.
Everyone gets on the boats. You're out floating on the water, watching the fireworks. You're eating good
cool.
food. It's like summer. You're in the middle of your summer break, like in high school.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of your summer break. Like, you've got so much time ahead of you.
Yeah.
You're getting all your buddies together. You're going down to the park. You're hanging out. You're talking. You're chilling. You're eating
really
food.
Cool.
And it's just the middle of summer. It's perfect. Like, you don't need anything. There's birds chirping and beautiful fucking green Washington. And I love. So back then, like, that was one of my favorite holidays.
That's cool. That's a good memory.
I spent July 4th eating like Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
I'm as a big history guy. Like, I'm really into. Like the history of July 4th, absolutely. Like, all of their John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, some of my favorite people. So there's all that aspect to it. I always get mad because I read the statistics of how like 60% of the people don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I know.
It's really annoying. But I'll go with July 4th for the memories of it.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I feel like all of our holidays have like really good memories.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's become our favorite. So
but Thanksgiving's right there for me. Like
Thanksgiving.
That's probably my favorite. Favorite holiday.
Yeah, and I think I want to talk to what you said as well, Kevin, about Halloween kind of signifying like the weather cooling down.
Yeah.
I think you're completely right. Every time I hear like, Halloween's coming up. Fuck yes, dude! It's not going to be 130 outside anymore, like during the day.
And then, like it's when they say it's like the happiest season of the year, that's when it starts. Halloween is when it starts.
Totally.
I feel like Halloween all the way to like New Year's is kind of like the perfect like span of time for me. I love all that span of time between.
Because you get Halloween, you get Thanksgiving,
and Christmas. You get all that good stuff. And I'm like, this is awesome. There's gonna be 3 great holidays in a row. I'm like, this is gonna be cool. So
New Year's is always a weird one for me because you always hear everyone around you like, oh, my resolution. And I'm just like, I didn't have a great year. Really
you reflect on the year.
I don't care about the upcoming year. I think about what I did and mostly didn't do, and I'm like, oh wow, what a great year.
I've always been really apathetic about that. They're like, oh my god, like the number's going to change. I'm going to forget to change the number for like 2 months.
Yeah, I know.
And then I'll get used to it, and then it'll be the next year. I've never really gotten New Year's. The main thing for New Year's that has meaningful to me is that you get even more time off after all the Christmases.
Oh, I know, right? Now as an adult,
just run right into each other.
Thanksgiving,
a few weeks later, Christmas, a few weeks later, boom, like boom, boom, boom. A few days later,
totally.
So that's like the one thing I like about it. I'm not a huge drinker, so I don't really like go get wasted, or I'm not a partier really. So like, I'm like, cool, it's a day off.
Yeah, dude.
Like, whatever.
I know that's just the adult world, like speaking. We're like, finally a nice little span of time
I don't have
off
to work
from
today.
work,
Thank God.
I know.
So we now have jobs in which we get those days off.
Right. We'll get.
We didn't used to.
Nope.
Working in service and shit, we had to work all of those.
Yeah.
So definitely happy I get all of those holidays off now.
Yeah,
those major ones.
I remember at Five Guys I worked at Thanksgiving one time.
Oh God.
And it was just like, no one came in.
Oh, why are stores open? Like,
zero people came in.
I feel terrible that all these people are open on Thanksgiving for Black Friday and shit. I'm like, this is fucked up.
Yeah,
and I was like, if I can talk to somebody, I could prove to them that we wasted more money having us here.
Yeah, I know.
We would have if you just paid us to take the day.
Like, I get like certain areas like metropolitan New York where there's probably a lot of people on the streets walking around. Yeah, I get it. You want to open, but like for some guy in a small town, we're gonna find what the fuck.
Well, Five Guys was here. It was over.
It
was over by Arrowhead Mall.
Oh, that one. Oh, okay.
Nobody came in.
Yeah. I feel like the only things that should be open are people who own the business that don't observe the holiday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you observe the holiday, you shouldn't have to worry. Those major holidays.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, your corporation's not as important. It's these one day in people's fucking lives. Like, let them go home. It's just crazy.
Let
I
them
hate that.
go home and be with their family.
Yeah,
and shit,
I hate that so much. I refuse to go anywhere on those days.
Yeah,
I won't.
Me either.
Even if I need to, I'm like, oh well.
Oh well.
Wait till tomorrow. Yeah.
I won't support those.
And you should have bought that beforehand.
Exactly.
Yep. So yeah, that's cool, man. So we're done with the whole holiday stuff. Now we want to get into the meaty stuff of the podcast.
The meat and potatoes.
The meat and potatoes is the Marvel, the MCU Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, man. And we've all seen all of them.
Yeah, I've seen all of them.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
With the exception of Doctor Strange.
Okay.
So I have not seen it.
You have not seen it.
I'm going to touch on that, but I won't spoil it.
Don't even worry about it.
It's on Netflix.
I have no immediate intention of watching it.
Oh, okay.
I would.
Yeah?
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
It's Benedict
I like it a lot.
Cumberbatch.
I was surprised by it. I didn't think I was going to like it at all.
Yeah.
We'll get to it.
That's how I feel, so maybe I will. Maybe I will.
So, you recently... So, we're not going to start from the very beginning, because that's a lot.
No, I mean, we can just kind of like generally...
Yeah, so Captain America 1 was the start of the MCU.
Yeah, so Liz and I recently just watched all of them.
I'm sorry, not Captain America. Iron Man.
I thought it was Iron Man. Yeah,
we didn't watch them chronologically from release. We watched them chronologically in the story. So Captain America was the first one.
Yeah, technically the first one, yeah. So Iron Man, however, released in theaters
2008
is the beginning of the MCU universe. Right. But Captain America, the prequel, the first Avengers. Yeah. The first Avenger was the very first one.
Yeah, that's what we started. We wanted to watch it like in the actual chronological, in the universe order, not release order.
Yeah. That's good, man. And how did you like? Let's go through the films a little bit, then, just real quick. Like Captain America: First Avenger.
I liked that one a lot. So, well, just before we even get into it, I would say for me, like my Marvel and DC and all of that, my relationship with those is like your relationship with Star Wars.
Yeah,
like totally into it.
Yeah,
but like not to the degree that I'm into Star Wars, and not to the degree you are into this.
Yeah, I get that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like
for sure.
Yeah, like that's and a lot of that's tied for me. Like the only ones that I'm really into are related to my childhood, the animated series that I watched. So Batman, which I know is not Marvel.
Yeah.
Batman, Spider-Man, and Iron Man. Iron Man, I watched I don't even remember those really old.
Yeah.
It might have been 1980s maybe, but they were on.
Yeah,
they were Saturday, on at those mornings with Spider-Man and Batman and all those, and so those are the three superheroes that I would get pumped about. Yeah, because I know those characters and their stories, at least how they're portrayed and animated. I don't really know the comics very well.
No, I get that. Yeah.
So I watch them and I don't get pissed off because I don't know what's supposed to be right or wrong.
I get
that.
That's
so I think that's the reason I've been able to, because I know some people who are just they're just ruining everything.
Yeah, I know. And
I don't blame them. I mean, I'd feel that way about Star Wars. If they made a remake or something and just fucking.
But if a comic book fan understands and have read all the comics, they should know that comic arcs are always different. From a different storyteller, like an author versus and different illustrator, because it's always going to be different. It's not going to be the same. Sure. So I feel like the MCU is kind of creating their own kind of thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and there's some broad sweeping things that I can say about the MCU so far, that are positive and negative. I think positively, the best thing that they've done across all the film franchises is casting. Casting is so perfect.
Yeah, for every role, right? Yeah, exactly.
That's hard to do. DC has not been able to do that. I mean, I haven't seen Wonder Woman yet. I heard that's fantastic.
Oh, I mean, we've had really, really 5 different Batmans. Yeah. I mean, what does that say?
Yeah. Well, same with the Spider-Mans, though.
Right. Well, totally.
And that's been up and down. And that's a little different because Sony owns Spider-Man. Right. They basically lent them to the MCU, which I love.
Which is so
weird.
Sony. I'm like, just buy it back.
I wish they would.
Just buy it back.
You can fucking afford it.
I know, right?
It's not going to be. It's
I know. I'm like Disney. You own billions of assets. I'm like,
you just bought Star Wars.
I know.
I guarantee you can buy Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know, right?
But yeah, so that's probably the number one positive for me. Is that
the casting? Yeah.
And then the other thing that I think is a double-edged sword in all of the movies is the Joss Whedon style wit.
Yeah.
Which I think is wonderful for the most part. Yeah. I like that it's not super heavy. It shouldn't be like Nolan's Batman films.
Right.
Because it's supposed to have that summer popcorn blockbuster, and you need that lightheartedness, which
appeal. Yeah.
I'm totally okay with.
Yeah.
I do feel like by the end of where we are currently, some of the movies have really suffered from missed opportunities of not knowing when you should go serious.
Yeah.
And they keep the jokes and the wittiness have kind of become a crutch for a lot of the screenwriters.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like, dude, can we fucking can you just act like you care about this for a little bit?
I know, right?
Like, I feel like some of the writers think what they're writing is stupid.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that a little bit. But those are like the two main things I would say. The casting is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, they just hits on everything. Mm-hmm. That's hard to do.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, look at the Batman. You know, like Mason mentioned, he's like, there's so many Batmans. Only like as
Ben Affleck,
good. As good as the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy were. Like a lot of people give Christian Bale a bad rap. Like, you know, they're like, oh, he's not the Batman, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't look at...
And now they all want him back.
To me, those are the standard for a comic book film.
Yeah.
Anytime I see a movie based on comic book film, that's where I'm judging it.
Yeah. No, I get it. And it's each character has its own kind of like aura, backstory, and all that stuff. So Batman totally lends itself to being that more serious. Like, I would never see Batman cracking a joke. Like, you know, like yeah, exactly.
It wouldn't fit.
Yeah, and like so the Nolan style of filmmaking fits so well for Batman. You know, it was amazing.
That's why I'm sad that Joss Whedon is not in the MCU anymore.
Yeah,
he is perfect.
He's really, really good. And his Avenger films.
The two movies, I love the two Avenger movies. But Captain America, the first one,
first Avenger.
I really enjoyed it.
Really good,
I actually like all the Captain America movies.
Yeah,
we'll talk about Civil War. I don't think about that. But those two I liked a lot.
Yeah.
Do you guys? Like Winter Soldier and First
Winter
Avenger.
Soldier.
Winter Soldier for sure.
Winter Soldier is
one of the best.
One of the best films in the MCU. I think. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. It was that fight scene between the Winter Soldier and Cap in the streets was like one of the best choreography I've ever seen. And I was like, holy shit! And I was like, and then when his face mask fell on the floor,
and you realize
what
it is.
I was like, oh. I did not see that coming at all.
Yeah, Ian, to touch on what you mentioned about knowing when and when not to be like that Joss Whedon kind of quippy jokiness.
Yeah.
I feel like that movie did that the best.
It did.
Yes,
they were very
like,
serious
really
moments.
The first Avenger was kind of like quirky and like gung ho and stuff, and then the second
one,
it was fun, and the second one took it way more serious.
When it was deep,
Winter Soldier was
you know what I mean?
like between all the like when. Fury gets shot, and there's a lot of more twists. And my God, he's alive, and it's crazy. It's really crazy that happened. Like, and everything is like. That's one of the things I wish, because they're summer blockbusters and they're designed for the big audience. Yeah, I feel like they're a little too afraid to kill anyone.
Yeah,
and like
totally,
someone needs to die here.
Oh, well, I'll explain that later.
Because it's like. After a while, and it's the opposite problem that I have with Game of Thrones. It's like, can we just slow down and stop slaughtering the whole cast? Like, we can find middle ground here, guys.
I know.
But I feel like there isn't, like, after all of these movies, it's lost some of that emotional depth, because they're not going to die.
Yeah.
Well, there's no suspense to me. I'm like, oh no, Iron Man's getting beat up, but he'll be fine.
Yeah. No, I get that. I definitely get that.
So Iron Man movies. What do you guys think, just in general, the three Iron Man movies?
Iron Man 1 and 2 were amazing. Iron Man 3 was okay. I thought. I
love the idea.
Yeah.
I love that they talked about post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yes.
That was so cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
The rest of it was shit.
Yeah. I just didn't. I didn't think it was good enough. For Iron Man and for Robert Downey Jr. His acting was wasted on the
I didn't like the big twist.
Yeah.
I kind of liked because a big part of it was that the gentleman who portrayed what's the quote unquote terrorist name?
The Mandarin.
And then the actor I can't think of his name right
Ben
now.
Kingsley.
Yes. Kingsley.
Yeah.
He's like one of those like top tier actors.
Oh,
he's like a Marlon Brando. You know what I mean?
And you know what? The funny thing was when they were trying to advertise that's what the section of that trailer is what they were advertising. So everyone's like, "Oh my god, this is gonna be so serious, and so legit."
Yeah. And I liked it at first. I was like, "This is crazy." Yeah. Like these soldiers are like atomizing and blowing up, and he's this dark, rough voiced guy is like, he's really mysterious, and it's kind of tied to like reality with this sort of like the terrorist look and all that shit. Like, I really was digging that movie until the point where you realize he's some fucking retarded
puppet actor.
I just hated it.
Yeah. A lot of people were in the same shoes that you were.
Dropped.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this movie's shit. I was so pissed.
Yeah, they definitely made a huge mistake by doing that.
I liked the serious tone of it because it was different, and you always have Robert Downey Jr. to just quip around.
Yeah.
He's your lightheartedness. Like you don't. The rest of the movie, with the seriousness, was so nice and refreshing. That's what I liked about the second movie too.
Yeah.
The second Iron Man.
Yeah,
I like
one.
Whiplash. They're afraid to use the names. I don't like that.
Yeah,
they're afraid because they're like comic booky or whatever.
Yeah, that they didn't want to do that.
If you're someone like me who doesn't, I didn't know that was his name.
Yeah,
I don't know. He's the guy. He's Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke.
What's his name?
Yeah, Mickey Rourke with the whips.
Own up to your source material. If you're going to make movies and you have people who are passionate about these comics, as someone who doesn't know about them, I would like to know his name is Whiplash.
Yeah.
Figure out a way to give him his name without making fun of his name.
How did you think of Mickey Rourke's Russian accent?
Whatever.
Yeah,
whatever.
It's fucking. It's a Marvel movie. Like Alyssa sits there and she's like, "Well, how come they didn't like?" It's you're going too far.
Yeah, just accept it for face value. Yeah, just accept for face value.
Yeah. The writing, they're not trying to take us on an intellectual journey here. Not that it's stupid movie.
Yeah.
It's not Transformers.
No.
Bad or Pirates bad.
Transformers.
Yeah, that's a whole other level of
of
badness. But yeah, so the Iron Man movies, I love. Iron Man's one of my core heroes. Yeah. So I dig those. Again, perfect casting.
Yes, absolutely.
Pepper Potts, perfect. Yeah. All of that is just they just nail it.
Yep.
They totally nail it. What are the other ones?
Thor.
Thor, probably my favorite.
Of the
films, movie wise.
Yeah,
because they're super fantastical.
Because
they're based on Norse mythology.
Basically,
history nerd.
They preset it this is sci-fi / fantasy.
Yeah,
and you already kind of have that mindset going in, so anything can happen.
Yeah, they're just crazy looking. They don't have to worry about okay, we're in New York City, guys. Just fuck it. Just a huge freaking golden city with a rainbow bridge. And, it's just awesome.
Dude, the frost giants and everything. Dude, my favorite, again, the casting. Dude, Tom Hiddleston.
He's perfect for, Tom Hiddleston, perfect Loki, dude.
Yeah, no, I was like, fuck.
And so what's his name for Thor? What's the guy's name?
Hemsworth.
Chris
Hemsworth. Yeah. He is Thor, man.
Yeah, I know, right? He's fucking Thor.
He is as much Thor as the Joker will forever be Heath Ledger.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah. He's perfect. He looks the part, sounds the part, acts the part. I love him. The first movie, I remember I died laughing the first time I saw it when he drinks the coffee and throws the mug on the ground. Another! It just killed me, man.
What was who plays Odin's dad? I forget his name. Odin.
You mean
I'm sorry, Thor's dad.
Anthony
Hopkins. That's I was like, what the fuck is Anthony Hopkins doing in this? Yeah. So I was like, what?
Yeah, it seems a little below him. Yeah, same thing with Ben Kingsley.
Yeah,
they get these generational actors.
Idris Elba is in there too.
Idris Elba, yes, he plays the gatekeeper.
Heimdall.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that's what I'm saying. One of the best castings.
Yeah, my favorite of the two Thor movies that are out is the second one. Yeah, I love the whole the dark elves.
Yeah, the dark elves are so fucking legit.
Yeah, and it's the whole war and the history of their battle, and I just love that shit. It reminded me of Lord of the Rings. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And the original Battle of Gilgalad and all that. It totally reminded me of that.
And just a side note, have you been paying attention to the Infinity Stones throughout?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. So I was like,
I've got
a lot of
people.
Notated. A lot of people are they forget about that. Our end goal here. This is before the newest Infinity War comes out, right? So the end game is for Thanos to collect all the Infinity Stones,
right?
And Infinity.
Which I don't really. That's something. There are a few things that I was excited to do this because I don't know, and you can maybe help me fill them in. What are they? They're the original.
Yeah, they're basically they're basically celestial powers. Have you seen the new Guardians of the Galaxy?
I've seen every Marvel movie.
Okay, so you've seen every. All right, so you know how what's his Peter Quill's dad? He's like a celestial being.
Yeah, he's a god.
Those stones actually existed before him. Okay. So these stones were at the beginning of creation in the universe. They have infinite power. Infinite
they're the elements.
Yeah, exactly like the elements, and they have these weird. Each stone has a different effect to it, so what Thanos is trying to do is he's the Destroyer, Thanos the Destroyer. He wants to collect all the stones.
The after credits guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
he's in like every.
He
after
wants
credit.
to destroy the universe. He wants to dominate the universe. So his goal is to get these Infinity Stones and destroy everyone that's in it, basically.
Okay.
So
he can just live alone.
Well, he has like he wants to be the best. He wants to be the only being alive, basically.
So alive or enslaved? Like, does he want to like take over and dominate, or does he want to just annihilate and be alone by himself? He's a destroyer.
He wants to be the only person alive.
It's hard to.
That's why he's just pure evil.
Yeah, see, like, it's kind of boring.
I know.
Like, I was hoping he had... Because, like, he's really interesting to me now because he's so mysterious.
Oh, he will.
I was hoping that he would have, like...
He has a lot of struggle. That's his goal,
but the best villains are always the ones you can raise.
Yeah, that's his goal, but he raised daughters like Gamora and Nebula. Right. Yeah. And he has, like, a lot of, like, human elements that are keeping him from, like, being that, like, this ridiculously overpowered, ridiculous evil character or whatever.
Yeah.
Another film that a lot of people tend to forget too, that is
Hulk.
in the MCU. Hulk, yeah. Hulk is in the MCU. The one with Nolan.
Edward Norton.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. Edward Norton, yeah. Edward Norton. Not the one before that. I don't remember.
It was...
Yeah, so,
I know who it was.
Yeah, I don't remember
Eric Bannon or...
Yeah, or something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, he was...
Oh, God, it was horrible.
Yeah.
But I was going to say Lou Ferrigno.
Eric Bana.
Lou Ferrigno, I know.
Eric Bana is his name.
Eric Bana. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Eric Bana. The reason why Mark Ruffalo... just side note again, Mark Ruffalo is playing
the
Hulk now. Yeah, the Hulk now is because Edward Norton was originally enlisted to be in the Avenger movies, right?
Right.
But with Joss Whedon, and then Edward Norton's like, hey, he has this tendency to try to rewrite parts. And so Josh Whedon is like, hey, I don't like you rewriting your parts and stuff like that. And Edward Norton's like, I just think this would flow better. And they just basically like say, hey, you're done. We're gonna get into somebody else. So they got Mark Ruffalo to play.
I like Edward Norton, but I think Mark Ruffalo is a better cast.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he plays the Hulk better.
Yeah, so I really like his whole storyline.
I'm sorry to restate that. I liked his Bruce Banner. His
Bruce Banner better. Yeah. Hulk, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, big screen blowing shit up. But yeah, I like that. So were people mad? Because I don't really know that much about his story other than just the basics.
Yeah.
Is he supposed to be able to kind of control himself like he learns to do in the Avengers, or is that kind of a rule breaker?
That's kind of a rule breaker. So the Hulk is just think of him as Dr. Jekyll and Hyde. Right?
Yeah, that's exactly what he's supposed to be.
So he's not supposed to be able to control it. He's supposed to be, in fact, he's supposed to be the loose cannon of the Avengers, right? When you let him loose, he could potentially attack your own teammates, and that's why
like War Elephants in Total War.
And in fact, for him to join the Avengers, they said that you have to be off the front lines and just do the scientific stuff in the back as Bruce Banner. We can't have you in the front lines because you're too dangerous and risky for if you turn to Hulk and you beat up Thor, we lose two members instead of just one. So. So he's not supposed to be able to control the Hulk mode and not be able just to turn Hulk.
And then not as that, there's points where he's like going after Black Widow and he fights Thor and all that stuff.
So he's supposed to be more uncontrollable than he is, but
they just didn't want a story.
Yeah, I get it. The way they wanted to do it is like they want all of the Avengers in there, not just like
Bruce Banner in the background.
Yeah, exactly. They're like because Bruce, Hulk is a semi-popular hero. That people want to see him in the films. They don't want to be like, "Where's Hulk at? Where's Hulk at? Where's Hulk at?"
Right.
So,
did you see that original Hulk movie?
Which with
Edward Norton?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah,
I had to be 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is your favorite of the MCU universe?
Yeah,
that's so hard. I haven't seen all of them. We talked about before. I haven't seen Doctor Strange.
Right. Yeah, we'll get to that one.
But God, that's so hard. I like the first Thor movie a lot.
Yeah.
I like
the concept. I love that.
I really like Ruffalo as Hulk. I wish we get to see more of him.
A standalone movie?
That would be great. Yeah. Why aren't they doing that?
Again, they don't think that
he's going to be in this next Thor.
Yeah, they don't think that he can do a standalone movie.
I had a question about that.
They don't think they can sell a standalone movie with just Hulk.
Yeah, and Kevin, you probably know better than me, but if you watch the trailers for Thor Ragnarok, him and Hulk are like, and Hulk's in Hulk mode, are just like having a conversation at one point.
Yeah.
Is he supposed to be able to talk?
No.
Like regularly?
No.
No? Okay.
No,
Because that threw me. I was like,
the Edward Norton Hulk is actually a more accurate portrayal of Hulk.
kind of just fucking nuts.
Yeah, just like a savage, like he almost like caveman. You know,
Yeah,
just rage and full, and just like you can't really put sentences together.
Yeah, I don't hate the idea of Hulk being like sentient. You know what I mean? Being able to control himself.
I kind of like that he had to earn that. I mean, it wasn't always the case.
No,
right.
They kind of justified it in the story.
Yeah, later on in the comic book universe, there's actually a split in Hulk's personality. So there's actually a gray Hulk, which is like he's less powerful physically, but more intelligent. So he trades off more physical power for more intelligence. But he's Gray Hulk, so I don't know if they're trying to like make him more gray.
Combine the two.
Yeah, they're combining the two now.
Oh, that's interesting.
I mean, it is their own thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
So that's why I'm like, the Hulk has been the least accurate of the heroes in the MCU universe. So
yeah, and you asked me what my favorite was.
Yeah.
If I had to pick a favorite of all of them, and I know it's kind of out of left field, but I'd probably pick Guardians 2.
Oh, okay.
I saw that movie 4 times in theaters.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah,
just
it's
couldn't stop watching it.
Fucking great.
I don't
love
really
that
see
movie.
that as part. I know it is
Neither
the
do
MCU.
I.
Yeah.
That's
No,
not.
I
I don't
It's
even
out
think
in their
about
own
those.
universe. I know, right?
I know. I
It's
feel
not
the
really
exact
related
same
at
way.
all.
Yeah.
I know they're going to put them together at one point.
Yeah.
That's
the
why I
Infinity
couldn't
Wars,
think of one because it didn't seem like part of that universe to me, but
Yeah.
it is.
It
You
is,
know what I
yeah.
mean?
Officially.
It actually has the Guardians of the Galaxy have so many of what do they call it? Easter eggs, right?
Oh, yeah.
Of other
Yeah.
stuff because they touch on the Nova Corps in the first film.
The Collector.
And the Collector. Yeah, the Collector. Nova Corps is a really big part in the MCU, like in future. In the distant future, because like all the Nova, this might be spoiling. I don't know if they're going to go in this direction, but they destroy all of the Nova planets, and there's like what's it, Thanos? Yeah, Thanos destroys them all, and then the Nova Corps has. They're basically like the Green Lantern. They have like this core. This one person called Nova Prime, and he's going to become like the superhero that flies around the space and like, you know, be a hero within space or whatnot, and he has superpowers like telekinesis and whatever, and energy beams and all that. So he, in the future, that might happen. In the second Guardians of the Galaxy, did you guys stay for the end credits for when that golden?
Yeah.
So that old golden race.
Yeah.
So whatever they were creating in there, I think his name is like Adam Ray or something like that. Well, he's like going to be this ridiculous wizard. So magic is like another element in here in the universe. So he's gonna become like this ridiculous like evil villain, or not villain. I would say anti-hero, like Deadpool.
Okay.
Yeah, like Deadpool. You know? Deadpool's also part of the MCU.
Not part of the MCU.
Oh, you're right. You know,
owned by Fox.
Owned by
It's
Fox.
like X-Men.
It's X-Men.
Separate.
Yeah, you're right.
Unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That honestly, it wouldn't really work.
Yeah, I know, right?
It really wouldn't work.
Yeah,
You would have to really force him to suddenly stop cursing and saying
play
terrible
nice.
things.
Yeah,
right.
It would be really. I'm kind of glad.
I want a Logan and Deadpool
crossover.
Yeah, crossover movie.
Well, you can't do that now.
I know, right?
But
no,
unfortunately,
not now.
Yeah. But so what is your? You said Thor's.
Yeah, so we've gone through all the major ones, and there's the Avengers movies.
Yeah, the Avengers movies, and I'm sorry, Doctor Strange, of course.
Yeah, well, the Avengers came before that one. So like the first Avengers was incredible in theaters. Joss Whedon.
Yeah, it's so good.
I mean, he's perfect for that style of movie.
I like how at the beginning of that movie they were like all really unsure about each other. You know, they're like, I'm a solo guy.
There's never really a time where they are, except for that one moment at the end.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, I'm a solo guy. I don't need you guys.
Just a bunch of really memorable moments. Again, the casting is so perfect, and they managed to get all these stars in one spot, and no one is overtaking it.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, they don't hog scenes. They share scenes really well, and that was so important for them to get that down.
You know what? It's another tidbit here. Robert Downey Jr., one of the very first person to join the MCU.
Right.
He's just Iron Man. He's known as Iron Man. He's the face of Iron Man and the MCU. In fact, he took a pay cut because he wanted his fellow actors to be all paid the same as he is. You know, he's like, it's important to have this universe intact and have everyone. It's a continuous story. You know, he's I
love how into it he is.
Yeah, he's like,
it's not just a paycheck for him.
No, yeah, he like it changed his life, and he's like, I owe Marvel my life because he wasn't doing very well before that. So he's like, being Iron Man like has changed my life.
I can't. There's no one in the world who can play Tony Stark as well.
No, yeah.
I was just gonna say that. Like, it's one of those things where, like, when you think Iron Man, you think, oh, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
And that'll never be anything else.
Yeah, just
you know
like
what
you
I mean?
think
like,
Wolverine is,
Hugh Jackman, yeah.
You know, growing up watching those cartoons, when so I had one of the few characters I had like a good idea of what they were like and about. Like when I remember seeing that they cast him, I was like, "Oh,
fuck,
my dream has come true."
Yeah, he looks exactly
he
like
looks just like the cartoon.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the original cartoon looks just like him, except he has more of a mustache. Other than that, that's it. It was just perfect.
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah, so I love him so much.
He's such a nice guy too.
Yeah, it's
every opportunity he has, he goes to the hospital, like just visits them, plays the persona of Tony Stark.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is so fucking cool. Like all of Marvel and Disney now, and have casted really just good people. Chris Evans does that a lot too.
Chris Evans,
he does that all
great.
the time.
Again, same thing. There's never gonna. They can't
ripped.
ever make these movies.
He's ripped. He's fucking ripped. Like. But yeah, so you're saying Doctor Strange.
Yeah, so Avengers, the first Avengers, the second Avengers got a bunch of shit, so I had really low standards for it.
Age of Ultron.
And I really liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too.
The gentleman who plays the rogue AI,
yeah,
I can't think of his name right now. I don't know if you guys have seen that show on like commercials during football season for Blacklist, the Blacklist.
Oh yeah, okay,
that's him.
The older gentleman, right?
The bad guy that capture and get the information from.
Yeah.
That's him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And he just did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
The writing was really good. I love all the he's kind of scary. And at first, you're like, what is happening? He eats Jarvis.
Yeah, I know.
It's just it was a cool story. I love the good intentions gone bad. Yeah. They introduced the Scarlet Witch, who's one of the Olsen girls.
She's so hot.
Not the twins.
Not the twins,
but still, I didn't realize
I was
that.
like, one of the Olsen twins?
Yeah, no, one of the younger sister of
the younger sister of the Olsen twins. And
she's so hot.
And I saw it, and I was like, oh shit, that's an Olsen?
Yeah, she kind of, like, once you realize that, you kind of see the features.
You can see it once
definitely.
Well, I did see it. Yeah. I was like, where have I seen her?
Yeah.
I didn't know where she was from.
The one bad thing I think that movie got a bad rap for was killing off Quicksilver. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people were not down for that. Yeah. A lot of people were like, what the fuck? They're like, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver were supposed to be like this like gray heroes. Like
maybe that's I don't know.
Like
the thing too is like people were probably hearing me say before like there's not enough death. Like don't kill a character we've known for 22 minutes. Like someone's got to go. Well, we'll get into that when we're done. So that's done. I liked Avengers 2. I liked the second one. I don't know. I liked the original Ultron. I don't know why I didn't like it. It was weird. Andy Serkis was in it. That surprised me.
Oh yeah, I know.
That was really cool. Yeah. What's after that in chronological? Is that Civil War next? No, Ant-Man.
Ant-Man's next, yeah.
Did not like Ant-Man.
You did not? Really?
One of the most barely passable films I've ever seen.
Really?
Like
wow.
a C, like a solid C.
Wow.
I didn't dislike it. I wasn't like, I want to turn this off.
Yeah.
Totally watched it through the whole thing. Yeah. I love Paul Rudd. Is it Rudd or Rudd?
Rudd.
Yeah. Love Paul Rudd. Yeah. He's great in like all of his comedies.
Yeah.
I loved him in this.
Yeah.
That movie. I thought he was like, again, perfect casting.
Yeah.
I just
didn't
care about any of the characters at all.
Okay.
At all. I thought the villain was really flimsy. I thought
even the little Mexican guy.
But any character that is there for a singular purpose, not good, right? All he is there for is to make his little jokes.
I mean, see that.
Why should I care about him? Yeah. He didn't do anything. He's just a stooge.
Yeah, I get that.
That's boring.
And the villain in that movie wasn't very good.
Totally forgettable villain.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Again, there's nothing bad about it. It's just the most vanilla. I don't even really remember even a lot of it. I'm trying to like remember people's names. I don't.
Evangeline.
I don't even remember what his Scott's his name.
Oh yeah, Scott. Yeah.
Yeah.
Evangeline.
She's in it. She's gonna be Wasp. Is that correct?
Coming up.
It's like I love the idea, and I think they're good additions. But just compared to the other movies, I didn't think it stood up at all.
Okay.
I wasn't laughing at all during it because I felt like it was all these jokes that were just he would just be like those moments where the two of them were hugging, and he's like, "Can I get you something?" And I look at him like, I ruined the moment. You ruined the moment. It's just I don't know. It's just like really like this has to be funny. Just get those jokes in that script as much as you can. Like it was never these natural like funny moments. It was just ham-fisted joke after ham-fisted joke through the whole thing.
Okay.
And I don't know.
It was
fine.
I
don't want to. I sound like I hate it. Yeah. It was fine.
Yeah.
Like I enjoyed it. It was like a perfect summer blockbuster movie.
Yeah.
But like when you think about that compared to Winter Soldier, it's
not even.
Then Doctor Strange. I thought that movie was going to suck. I love that movie.
Yeah, the movie is great, right? I was like, when I first went to go see it in theaters, I was like mind blown of the graphics and like all the magic and shit was happening. Cool. I was like, the scene where they were chasing, dude, that guy plays a great villain though, right?
I know who you're talking about. Oh God, what's his name?
Mads Mikkelsen or something?
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen, there we go. He plays a great villain.
Oh, yeah, he was awesome.
There's one scene they were chasing.
He didn't get enough screen time. If I have a complaint, he wasn't in it.
Yeah, he was fucking great. But that one scene where they were chasing him through the city and they're like bending the city and like warping it and everything, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? My mind.
It just introduces so much like more lore. Yes. I think it's another reason I like it. I was like, I did not know this was part of MCU.
They introduced magic into the universe. You know, the magic for the very first time ever. And I don't know if this is what they were planning on to, because magic is actually in existence in the comic book series or in the comic book universe. But a lot of theories are saying that the magic that they were using in the movie was actually just a super advanced technology. You know, like they're like, maybe the magic doesn't really exist, or maybe, you know, because like anything, like say someone comes from like 10,000 years of ahead of us and comes back and shows us something, we're like, what the fuck? That's magic, you know? Like, what the fuck? I was like, how did you do that? You know? So they're saying like that could be just like really advanced technology.
This like cool like monk, like Matrix.
Yeah, I know, like a monk feel. Yeah,
understanding the idea, like of the Enlightenment and all that. Yes. And it had some like good character twists, and I like that. Benedict Cumberbatch's character is just a piece of shit.
Yeah. Oh my god, the first. Yeah.
Hate his
He's like, get out.
Yeah.
He's like,
is that Amy Adams, or is that Rachel McAdams, or what's her name?
It's not Amy. I think it's Rachel.
Rachel McAdams. She's fucking great. Yeah, she's really good in that. Yeah. So it was, again, just like great casting. I thought the story was really cool.
It's just the way they told stories.
I loved. I won't spoil it for you, but the ending. Like the way that he wins,
yeah.
I was like, that's just such great writing. Oh, that's so cool.
The way they portrayed it,
the way that he wins in the end.
I love the way he got his. He just gave in. Like he was like, man, what? This doesn't. He's like, what?
She was great too. I can't remember her name right now.
Yeah, I know. She was great. Wonderful. The One is what they call her.
Yeah, the ancient one.
The ancient one. Yeah.
Yeah. So check that movie out, Mason. I think you actually will really like it.
Yeah, it actually sounds pretty cool.
I had zero standards for it, so that helps.
Maybe
same with Age of Ultron. Like it was way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it.
So then after that,
then was Civil War.
Civil War. Okay, what are your thoughts on the Civil War?
Well, how about I feel like I'm just dominating this whole thing.
Well, no, I mean it's based on your impressions.
Yeah, your impressions. We're working up to where more recent
we can all
stuff.
talk together. Okay. I want you guys to have your opinions. Civil War for me was like the epitome of what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah,
which is like it wasn't. I was entertained as I was watching it.
Yeah,
just massive missed opportunity.
Yeah,
I felt like I was so disappointed by the battle between everybody, and they're like punching each other, and then they like crack a joke at one another, and they're just having a grand old time.
Yeah,
I'm like, this should be fucking tragic.
Yeah, no.
Stop with the jokes.
Yeah, take
all your characters that you've built so carefully over all this money you spent, all these movies, and like care about it. Yeah, take it seriously.
No, that's actually one of the biggest gripes that they had. Like, plus in the Marvel universe, not Marvel, comic book Marvel universe, there were like hundreds of people on each side. It wasn't just like a dozen, like 6 on each side. You know? But then it was more tragic because everyone was like fighting their brother or fighting their best friend or something like that.
Well, like the feeling that they got when it was Bucky and Captain America versus Iron Man.
Yeah.
The whole movie should have been
like that.
Yeah. This is like the one movie where I'm like, this should be like Nolan Dark. I wanted that whole, like Winter Soldier was kind of like that.
Yeah.
I was expecting that from Civil War. Just upsetting. I wanted to not know who to root for, which they did okay with that.
Yeah.
But just like I didn't, they were joking the whole time, and like Ant-Man gets giant, he's like, whoa! I was like, oh no, this is so bad.
It's just the dialogue.
It's just disappointing.
Yeah, it's a dialogue. I was expecting more.
And I was laughing. There were moments in that fight where I did get a chuckle.
Yeah.
So it's like, it wasn't like it was corny or bad. I was just while I was watching, I was like,
it's too much. Yeah,
this is just not. This is not the way this should feel. I don't know. I didn't like that at all.
No, yeah.
But the storyline was good. Black Panther is so fucking badass.
Right, dude?
I cannot
wait for
his
standalone,
movie.
right?
Oh my God.
So good.
He
so
looks
good.
so cool.
I know, right?
just to drop story and writing for a second.
Yeah.
How cool is that fucking costume?
That costume, he's like,
oh my God.
I was like, oh my God.
If I could create a video game character, that's the kind of guy. It was like, dude, he needs to be in this more. And then going into the next one, they introduced Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yes.
Just from the little bit he was in it, sold.
Perfect, right?
Sold.
Yeah.
Right?
The second
fucking perfect for that role,
Yes.
man. Yeah, he's like, hi guys.
I just love him.
And then the
so
conversation with him and Captain America, he's like, I'm from the Bronx, I'm from Queens.
Yeah. And like all the moments he would come in and he would just mess up their day.
Yeah.
It was just really cool.
Yes.
And Spider-Man's probably my favorite superhero of all time.
Oh, yeah.
I know more about him, even his comics.
Yeah.
I actually know some of that.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
More so than probably anyone. I like that animated show was my fucking favorite show.
Yeah,
as a
I know.
kid.
It was so
Like,
good.
the only thing that got even close to watch time of Star Wars.
Yeah, that
was the Spider-Man
dude,
animated series.
Just a side note, dude, X-Men, that animated series in the 90s.
Oh yeah, that was one that I watched too. Oh fuck yeah.
I was like, oh, every time I heard that, I'm like, yes.
Yeah, that was great.
But
so.
yeah, dude, no, Spider-Man was great, and then
Again, they
now
just keep nailing this casting.
I know, right, Tom? Dude,
How do they do it? I'm waiting for a miscast.
Well, here's the thing. So yeah, they casted Spider-Man, the correct Spider-Man. Okay, so moving on to Spider-Man Homecoming, the new Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That was the best movie since Spider-Man 1 or 2.
I think it's the best
for sure.
MCU film.
Yeah. You think so? Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
I even think it's the best comic film I've seen since Dark Knight.
Ooh, shit.
I was just, as I was watching, I was like, I love this.
Yeah.
I love this so much. This is just Spider-Man. Everything about this is Spider-Man. It's perfect. He's young. He's not fucking college or whatever. I know that he was in high school in the first Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
I love the Tobey Maguire, the first two.
Yeah, first two. Yeah, really good.
But at the same time, they just changed stuff. Even I was not okay with some of the changes.
Right. He portrayed Peter Parker. What's important to me is portraying Peter Parker correctly.
Yeah.
Because the guy that played him was Andrew Garfield.
I never even watched those.
Dude,
I refused.
He didn't play Peter Parker very well.
Dude, he's all suave and shit.
Yeah, I know. He's all he's like a pretty boy and everything.
He's all fucking built and stuff.
He's
like,
oh my God.
Whoever that actress he was with, Emma Stone.
Making out.
Get the fuck out of here with this shit. And
Tom Holland was perfect because he was just the most awkward mother. I'm like,
and he's 15.
I know. I was like, he's so good.
Oh,
he's so good. Yeah. And I love that they added Captain America, or not Captain, Iron Man in there.
I was totally
dude, I was like, oh, he's perfect.
Even if it is a little ham-fisted, I'm like, fuck it, just get Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, it was great.
But it's a good explanation. The thing I liked about it probably the most is we didn't have to go through him getting bit, and him shooting webs at lamps in his bedroom.
A lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are saying that
skip the origin story.
We didn't get another origin story. Because it's such a waste of half of a movie that we've already seen.
I don't need to see him make his costume, all that stuff. Look, you're never going to hit that as well as the Danny Elfman score for the original film did. Right. That's, if you want to know how he starts, go watch that movie.
Go watch that
movie. I like the way he gets his suit, which is totally justified through Iron Man. I think that was really cool. Yeah. And he's like, oh, cool!
Yeah, that's just the writing was so good in it, too.
I feel like the movie focused on Peter Parker, not on Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't about Spider-Man in his suit. It was about Peter Parker outside of his suit, at school,
trying to
dealing with his friends, dealing with his girlfriend, dealing with the bully, dealing with the teachers, dealing with his aunt. Yeah. And then also dealing with responsibility that the kid at 15 should not have.
Yeah, I know, right?
And my favorite moments, I knew I fell in love with this movie when he was giving the lady directions in Spider-Man's suit.
Oh, yeah.
They nailed it.
Yep.
That's exactly what he was
he keeps calling Happy. He's like, I helped this lady today.
She bought me a churro.
She bought me a churro.
I was like,
it's so good.
And then when his friend tries to unlock the suit's other abilities.
The training wheel initiative.
Training room.
Training wheels.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I love his buddy Ned.
Yeah.
I totally love Ned so much.
I'm watching porn.
Oh my God. I was kind of surprised that they said that.
Yeah.
Because there were kids, 9-year-old kids in there. They could probably ask what that is.
Yeah.
That was great. Yeah, he didn't know what the hell to say. I had said too, I love it when a movie gives you just enough of a character where you can start to predict what they're doing, but it's just before they do it.
Yeah.
Now, if you're predicting 2 hours ahead, you've made a predictable movie.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, when he was in the library, I was like, he's the guy in the chair. And then he goes, I'm the guy in the chair. Yes! I love you for that. You know, like, oh, that was so good.
My favorite part about that movie was the Michael Keaton portrayal of Vulture.
Amazing.
He was fucking fantastic. He got that role because he played Birdman so well, and they gave him that role. But the point was like the hero, or the villain, I should say, was not actually a villain. You know, he was just like a struggling dad trying to make ends meet. You know, and he in this post interview, he's like, you know what? I didn't want to make this like outwardly evil person, like, because no one likes that, you know.
Right.
He's like, I want to make a person that no one can really predict, but they can also feel for, you know, like family ties and like all that stuff. He's like,
cackling villains are boring.
Yeah, he's like, this Vulture wasn't. He's like, my Vulture, my Birdman was not going to be that, you know. He's like, I want to be an intricate villain, you know. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. You know?
He looked really cool.
Yeah, that was so awesome suit. Yeah,
because like if you go back and look at Vulture, he looks like a little douchebag.
You know,
he was like when I first heard the Vulture was the villain, I was like, oh,
yeah, they definitely gave him an upgrade.
And all justified through the MCU's other stuff that they've already kind of introduced to you.
Yeah.
You know, they have it's the alien technology. He's a contractor. He gets taken over by S.H.I.E.L.D. His guys don't have jobs. It's just, I love that. Like the opening of the movie where it shows they got the big alien in the back. They're scrapping it all, and he creates a black market for it.
Yeah.
It's just, it makes sense. Like, it's totally feasible.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because people will do that if that ever happens.
The only thing I'd say for him, I kind of wish they would have, at some point, made us not like him a little. Like, I feel like he wasn't quite villainous enough.
Yeah.
Because there were times I'm like, Spider-Man, like, why are you bugging him so
much? Yeah, no.
He's not really doing anything. Like, there's got to be a worse villain.
Yeah.
I think
they did try that when
he was in the car.
I was just gonna say that. Well, he's like, hey, he's in my phone.
I feel like he almost went further than I expected.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, escalated. You're gonna fucking kill him like fucking Pulp Fiction style. I was like, Pulp Fiction style headshot here. What the fuck?
He's like, I'll kill you and everyone you love.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. But I guess he's just protecting his family, and he may have been bluffing. He may not have actually. He actually he's trying to scare the kid.
I think the scene after that, he's like, I knew you were going to come here, so he's just like trying to scare him. Yeah, I think.
But just that was a great twist. I don't know about you guys. I did not see that coming.
No, neither did I.
Liz's
not one
dad.
bit did they clue that into being.
Alyssa called that shit.
Yeah, really? Wow.
Like when he opened the door, I was like, what? And she's like, yeah.
Yeah,
I fucking knew it. I was like,
oh, whatever. She fucking.
No, I believe her.
Yeah,
I believe her.
Whatever.
What did?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, please. This is on.
It was the same thing. It was just like I believe it because like her reaction was just totally like. She wasn't a bad thing. She wasn't like she was like, that was predictable. She just
like I knew it.
She said that there were just moments where she just felt like
something
she
was
just picked
off.
up on something
was
that,
off.
or waiting for that kind of drama to happen.
Yeah,
maybe that was.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Maybe she sensed that from the other Spider-Man movies where like. His best friend's dad was the Green Goblin, you know what I mean? Can we give Willem Dafoe a fucking shout out? Shout out to Willem Dafoe, man.
Still one of my favorite villains.
I was like, I was like, oh my god, it just gave me shivers. I
love doing that.
I was like,
always do it.
What I was gonna ask is what you guys thought of the new portrayal of Mary Jane.
Oh yeah, and at the end there they thought
I was gonna ask you guys about that.
I was like,
not happy.
No,
really? What?
MJ's a redhead.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean, dude, okay, here's the thing. If Spider-Man was a black kid, I'd be like, Peter Parker is a white boy.
Yeah.
If Black Panther was a white guy, I'd be like, what?
That wouldn't even make any sense.
It wouldn't make sense. Well, I mean, you could wear a black suit and colors as black. I know that being black is a huge part of his identity.
Right.
Yeah. They tie that very closely.
Oh, yeah.
I just mean, like, it's not... It's just that's not what Mary Jane looks like.
No,
you know what I mean? Like,
I agree. I kind of like I agree with you in the sense that
she was a cool character.
Yeah, she was. But I agree with you. And I'm like, why do you? I feel like Hollywood's trying to do this thing where they spin off. But hey, we're gonna switch it. We're trendy now. We're with I'm like, okay, but Mary Jane is.
That's just such a classic thing. I mean, I'll get over it. It's not not like a problem.
No, not at all. But like,
it's just like
I was like, it could have ended so perfectly. I'm like, oh, this is everything I wanted.
Kirsten Dunst back, please.
Yeah, I know. Kirsten Dunst.
God, she was so cute in that movie. I loved her when I was like 12 or whatever. I was absolutely in love with her.
I bet you she looks still like super.
Probably. She hasn't done as many movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, that was one thing. I was like, she's like, oh yeah, just call me MJ. I was like, oh, come on!
Yeah.
Like, that's not MJ! That's not what she looks like. Again, I'm drawing all that from that animated series. It's one of my favorite shows ever.
No, I get you, exactly.
I'm just iconic. I just don't, it's just weird to me. That's all.
No, I definitely
Fun fact. What? You know what Tobey Maguire's doing now?
What?
Boxing and playing high-stakes professional poker.
No,
swear to God.
What the fuck?
Look into it, yeah.
Boxing and high stakes
like
poker.
amateur, not even like matches, but like he's training in boxing,
really?
like very
kickboxing, like classes and stuff.
I think just like regular boxing. I think just classic boxing, and he's doing high stakes poker, like millions of dollars in the pot.
He's a great
poker.
actor.
Yeah. Like, why has he not been more movies?
I don't know. He's busy playing
poker. He might just not want to. I mean, Elijah Wood is helping develop a game, and he directs films and writes films. He doesn't even really act that much anymore.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of the similar thing, I think.
Yeah. I get that.
Like Tobey Maguire, I don't know. Anytime I see him, I'm just like, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's like, Frodo for
Dude, standalone Venom movie?
Yeah.
Confirmed?
Really?
Yeah, standalone.
Tom Hardy, right?
Oh.
Tom Hardy.
What?
Yeah.
Tom Hardy is Venom?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep.
I did not know this. I did not know this.
They are hinting at maybe Carnage even being in it too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so
he's a redhead too, wasn't he?
He was in the animated series. Yeah, right. Yeah. He was a fucking serial killer, is what he was.
Yeah,
he was on death row. But
cool.
Yeah, so they're thinking about standalone Venom movie. Deadpool movie coming up with.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, I saw that.
Hell yeah!
You guys see the extended the scene from that?
Yeah. Wait, which one?
With when the old man gets robbed in the alley.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's trying to change the
bam, bam. So why is there even a telephone booth? Like we're in the fucking 2017. What the hell? So overall, MC Universe, are you a fan of?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I consider myself a casual. I don't want to. I'm not sitting here like, I don't know if there's a few things I'll notice. But, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Of course.
We briefly touched on Guardians of the Galaxy. I feel like one of the stronger...
I just don't feel like they're part of it. I know they are. And that's why we kind of skipped over them.
Yeah, no.
But to me, like, they're the only form of Firefly we have left.
I know, right?
It really reminds
Maybe that's why I like it so much.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of Firefly.
Yeah, extremely, yeah. But, so... You fan?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you have any? You said you had some questions for me, though, right?
Definitely some ups and downs. Yeah, just because like I don't know anything about a lot of these side characters that are starting to come in. I don't know shit about Black Panther.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nothing.
He's the king of. It's like this made up kingdom.
Yeah, like what was with that? Like he was like a ridiculous palace.
Yeah. So the ridiculous palace is due to the fact that they have all of the vibranium, which makes Captain America's shield, right? So the vibranium in the Marvel comic book universe is actually an alien metal. So this alien ship crashed in that kingdom.
Are we going to learn that story?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Maybe we might learn that. So we'll see. But yeah, the alien ship crashes on that kingdom, and they build around it and like worship it for a while. Then they start like taking metal off of it and like making weapons. So they make weapons out of these metal, like extremely expensive. Extreme. That's why they're so rich.
Yeah,
because they sell this shit. So
and they have like their own nation within Nigeria.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it's its own
an
kingdom.
Unrecognized nation.
Yeah, it's its own kingdom. It's like hidden in the mist kind of thing. Like it's very mysterious.
Does he have powers? Because he was taking on like
the Black Panther mantle. Like he goes to the
I mentioned that. It was like passed on.
Passed on. So he does get some like boosted like Captain America, almost like a super soldier kind of thing.
That's what I was wondering, because like he was taking hits. I'm like, okay, so
he's kind of like a super soldier, but
the
suit is what makes him even more so. Because like that suit is made completely out of vibranium. That's why he could take like those punches and like bulletproof and all that stuff. It's all vibranium.
It's the coolest suit.
I know, right? It's so fucking cool.
I want. What's the fucking name of the guys who make Mortal Kombat and Injustice.
NetherRealm.
NetherRealm. I want them to do a Marvel version.
Oh my god, dude, that'd be so fucking chill. Right?
I don't think they could probably because DC is hiring them.
Yeah, I know. Right?
That would just be really cool. I'd love to have all these characters that I like.
But yeah, so he's a very cool character. Very he's just a really well-rounded character.
My other question is okay, so I know, I'm assuming the Infinity Wars is like Thanos attacking.
Yeah.
It's like, so the Guardians of the Galaxy ever connect to this beyond just superficially?
Actually, they will be in the Infinity Wars.
How are they gonna?
Well, because
how are they gonna get all of these people in a movie?
I know there's two parts. It's a 2-part movie. Okay. So there's a part 1 and part 2. So
a little concerned.
So what's gonna happen? What I'm predicting is they are gonna destroy the Nova planets. Is what I'm assuming with the Infinity Stones, right?
That's gonna be like the opening to Infinity Wars.
Yeah, the Infinity. That's what I believe it's gonna be. And then, so the Guardians of the Galaxy answer the call. They don't think they can handle Thanos with all the Infinity Stones by themselves.
How did he get all of them?
Well, that's another one. The Collector, the guy,
he's working for him?
Yeah, he's working for Thanos. So he has. Remember Thor at the end of
the Dark World.
The Dark World hands him one of the Infinity Stone.
He gets another one from Doctor Strange?
Yeah, he gets no. Yes, no, he doesn't.
There's another one.
It's in that palace. That green pendant, though, is an Infinity Stone. So, yeah,
yes,
you're right.
That's one.
That's it, yeah.
I'm trying to track all of them. There's the one in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, the purple one.
They're holding on
to.
to.
So that one's one. They have that as well.
The Collector has that one?
Yeah, no, the Nova Corps has that, but I'm assuming they're going to find a way to take it.
Okay.
Right? And then the last one is... Let's see. I believe
that's only 3 so far.
Oh, it's in the.
We didn't even talk about Vision.
I know, right? Vision.
I love that they got the actor to portray him.
Yeah, something Bethany. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, he hasn't been. He's been in like a lot of like small parts.
Yeah, small parts, but
he's great.
He's a great actor. Yeah, so that's the last Infinity Stone right there on his head.
That's only 4.
Yeah, they only need 4 Infinity
I thought there were 6.
No, there's only 4.
Oh, weird. I don't know why I thought there were 6.
There's only 4 Infinity Stones. So yeah, so he has. He's gonna make a gauntlet out of it, destroy those planets, and then I feel like the Guardians of the Galaxy can't handle that, so they're going to recruit some of the heroes from Earth to help them, and all that stuff. So I feel like this is going to be...
When does Infinity Wars come out? Like
next year, sometime.
Next year?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I believe it's next
year. So how many movies do we have before then?
We have the Black Panther. So Thor's coming up. The most current one's coming up is Thor.
That's in November, right?
Yeah, it's in November. Okay. We have Black Panther.
That's like early next year?
Early next year. And then we have the second Ant-Man. And then...
Oh, they're doing 2?
Yeah, the second one. And then I believe that's it before the Infinity Wars. So there's that. But, so yeah, they're going to have that combat, and then they're going to be... I lost my train of thought. But, so they're going to have everyone on screen. It's going to be a 2-parter. Oh, what I was going to say is it's going to be like a transition. It's going to be changing of the guards. I feel like, to your point earlier, when they're not going to kill off characters, I feel like the Infinity Wars is going to actually kill off characters. They're going to kill off Robert Downey Jr. and Captain America. Yeah, Captain America.
Big time kill.
Because
is that the end of they're done?
No, they're going to have probably other people take up the mantle. Because they have in the comic book series right now, they have
because Captain America's already supposed to be dead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they think that Bucky Barnes is going to be the new Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and then they have in the comic book series they have this genius black girl in high school that built her own Iron Man suit. They might have her take up the Iron Man.
I forgot about War Machine.
Yeah, and War Machine. There's War Machine as well.
He's walking around. But he lost his
legs. Yeah. But yeah, there's I think it's gonna be changing in the guards. Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr. are out.
That would be a big time.
See, to your point, they don't kill characters often, but I think it's going to be changing in the guards.
That seems like a lot of people to kill at once.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay.
I know, right? It's that, and I think it's strategic timing for contracts and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
Oh, sure. I mean, I know they have to go. It has to stop at some point.
Exactly. So.
But cool. I guess the only last thing I want is we're at an hour or so.
Yeah.
I just really loved the very ending of Spider-Man.
Oh, yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. I know, right?
Just the whole theater just erupted.
Dude, and before that though, the scene where he was in prison, the Vulture, he didn't give away. Yeah, he doesn't give away his identity.
He saved his fucking life.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the least you can do, bro. He's gonna save him for himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Come get revenge for you, put me in prison, making my daughter and wife leave me, probably, and all that. So there's all that. So I'm looking for. I can't wait for the next Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, I can't wait either.
That's good. And Venom, you guys got me all pumped now.
Yeah.
The future looks bright.
Yep. Looks good, man. Looks good.
Cool. This was fun.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm glad that we had to, have a themed podcast for once.
Yeah.
Just some random shit.
So now I have no movies left to watch. Like I was just like, sort of like Game of Thrones. If you're someone who didn't watch week to week for all of them, and then now you have to do it like Mason.
Yeah, no.
Right.
You got to blast through them all. Now you're week to week. It's like I'm like feeling like that with Marvel. I'm like, oh.
And real quick, I was talking to Jeff about that, and I talked about it before, and I was like, oh, I hate week to week.
Yeah.
I've never been so into this show before, and I watched it for 7 seasons within a couple months, and I've never.
That weekly.
I've never cared this much about it, but now I talk to someone about it every day of my life.
Yeah,
and like everyone is like, dude, if I haven't talked to someone about it on Monday, it's Tuesday. If it's not Tuesday, it's Wednesday. Like, what did you think of Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
I'm like, let me tell you what I think of Game of Thrones. And then we just dive in, and like, I've never been so into the show.
See?
So I'm thinking maybe weekly is the reason why.
Hell yeah, dude! It absolutely is.
It's wonderful and terrible.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
It's an event. It's like football.
It's
just like football.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just think about it. You read all the stuff.
Yeah.
The previews. And
you preview
matchups.
You theorize and everything. Yeah.
And then you finally get to watch it.
Yep.
And then you either leave like that was great, or you leave horribly devastated.
Yeah.
It's a lot like football.
Yeah. It really is. Yeah. But so podcast's over.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys listening. And
thanks for having me on, guys.
Ian, thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you, man.
Fun.
Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe as always, and let us know what you think. What your favorite Marvel movie was. What do you guys think of
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man. Any of the Marvel movies, and what your favorite character is. So on and so forth. A lot to talk about. So
if you don't say Spider-Man, I'm gonna delete your comment. Totally kidding.
But peace.
Later,
all right,
guys.
thanks everybody. Later.